Have you ever wondered how you can live a truly fulfilling life as you grow older? Many of us fear the inevitable aging process, worrying about losing strength, health, and connection with those we love. But what if I told you that your best years could still be ahead of you? In this video, we'll explore powerful strategies to enhance your quality of life after 60, from focusing on what matters to managing your health effectively. Why should you watch until the end? First, you'll discover how applying the Pareto principle, focusing on the 20% that truly matters, can drastically improve your happiness and well-being. You'll learn practical tips for avoiding harmful comparisons and living a life that's uniquely yours, rather than constantly measuring yourself against others. And perhaps most importantly, you'll hear real-life examples of how others have transformed their approach to aging, turning their later years into the most fulfilling time of their life. Stay tuned, because the insights shared here could make all the difference in the way you experience the years ahead. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Creating a fulfilling life in old age. Hello, dear friends. As we journey through life, reaching the age of 80 is a significant milestone, but it also comes with challenges that can feel both humbling and profound. By this stage, our bodies often begin to show signs of wear and tear, and simple tasks like lifting a small object can feel like moving mountains. Moments of forgetfulness, like misplacing the TV remote, may become more frequent, leaving us with a sense of frustration or vulnerability. And perhaps most heart-wrenching, the loss of a spouse or loved one can bring waves of loneliness so heavy it feels as though we're adrift in a stormy sea with no shore in sight. These realities are sobering, but they also carry an urgent and vital message. The importance of preparing early, mentally, emotionally, and physically, for the later stages of life. After 80, the body's ability to recover diminishes significantly. While we cannot stop time, we can influence how we experience it. Neglecting our health in our 60s or 70s can transform the golden years into a painful struggle, one that might feel like a prison of our own making. I speak with passion and urgency because this stage of life is not just about survival. It's about thriving, cherishing, and embracing every moment with dignity and grace. The key to a fulfilling life in old age lies in the choices we make now. It's about cultivating a lifestyle that prioritizes wellness, staying engaged with the world around us, and building a mindset of resilience and gratitude. Even as our physical strength fades, our spirit can remain unbreakable if we nurture it with care. So today, I want to explore the fundamental elements that shape the quality of our lives as we age. These are not just abstract ideas. They are lifelines that can guide us toward a future where even in our 80s, we can find peace, purpose, and perhaps even joy. Let's delve deeper into what it takes to make the most of life after 60 so that we can look forward to our later years with hope rather than fear. Together, let's discover how to prepare for a life that remains rich in meaning, even as the years go by. Yellow Heart. Factor 1. Focus on what matters. As we journey through life and reach our golden years, one of the most transformative realizations is that not everything deserves our energy, attention, or emotional investment. The quality of old age is profoundly shaped by the ability to let go of trivialities and center our focus on what truly holds meaning. Yet, this simple truth often escapes us in the hustle of daily life, where we exhaust ourselves worrying over the unimportant and the fleeting. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? So much of what we fret about, what others think, minor inconveniences, or insignificant disputes, ultimately adds no joy, peace, or value to our lives. I've found that as I age, the more I release these burdens, the lighter my heart feels. This shift is liberating, like stepping into sunlight after years in the shadow of needless worries. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The famous 80-20 rule, or Pareto principle, beautifully illustrates this concept. Proposed by Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, it highlights that 80% of the results we achieve come from just 20% of our efforts. This powerful principle applies to every aspect of life, reminding us that most things are distractions. It's that precious 20%, the meaningful relationships, the impactful work, the passions that light us up, that truly enriches our existence. Think about it. In our careers, a small percentage of tasks usually drives most of our success. In relationships, only a handful of cherished people, those who truly see, love, and support us, create the deepest connections. And in old age, this realization becomes even more profound. Should we really waste energy trying to please everyone, keeping up appearances, or worrying about things we cannot control? Absolutely not. Instead, we must embrace the wisdom that comes with age, focusing on the few things that bring us genuine fulfillment. For me, this means nurturing my closest relationships, finding joy in simple pleasures, and cherishing the moments that stir my soul. Imagine the freedom of consciously choosing to invest in what matters most, letting go of the noise and chaos that distracts us from living fully. Old age is a time to reclaim our lives, to pour our hearts into the people, activities, and values that truly resonate with us. The unnecessary 80%? It's time to release it with grace and gratitude, knowing that it served its purpose but no longer deserves our time. Life is too short and too precious to live any other way. An example is Mr. Yamada and the Pareto principle. Allow me to share with you the extraordinary yet relatable story of my dear friend, Mr. Yamada. At 75 years old, his life stands as a testament to the profound wisdom that can emerge when one takes the time to reflect on their true priorities. For decades, Mr. Yamada was a man of unparalleled dedication and hard work, someone who built a career that many would aspire to emulate. Until his retirement at 65, he held a prestigious position as a sales manager for a major trading company, thriving in the high-pressure world of international negotiations, strategic planning, and relentless schedules. For most of his working years, he was the consummate professional, always putting work first, sometimes even at the expense of his personal life. He thrived on the adrenaline of sealing deals and meeting goals, convinced that his career was the cornerstone of his identity and purpose. Even after retiring, he didn't allow himself the luxury of rest. Instead, he embarked on a new chapter as a consultant, working 3 days a week to utilize his extensive experience and maintain his relevance in the industry. At first, this new routine seemed perfect. It kept him mentally sharp, gave him a sense of accomplishment, and allowed him to stay connected to the world he had spent his life navigating. But as he crossed into his 70s, subtle but persistent signs began to appear, signaling that his relentless drive was taking a toll. His health, once robust, started to deteriorate. Stress from his consulting work seeped into his evenings, leaving him tossing and turning at night, unable to quiet his racing thoughts. Sleepless nights became the norm, and his blood pressure spiked dangerously. His wife, always his steadfast companion and voice of reason, gently urged him to slow down. "You're overdoing it," she would say, her concern evident. Yet, like so many of us, he dismissed her warnings, unwilling to accept that he might need to change the pace of his life. To him, slowing down felt akin to giving up, a loss of purpose, identity, and pride. Then, one fateful day, his life took an unexpected turn. A close colleague and friend, someone he had shared countless hours with in boardrooms and on business trips, passed away suddenly. The news hit him like a thunderbolt. The fragility of life, something he had always known in theory but never fully grasped, became painfully real. For days, he found himself grappling with a single, haunting question. What do I truly want to do with the time I have left? This moment of reckoning led him to explore a concept he had heard of but never thought to apply to his personal life: the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. The principle posits that 80% of outcomes often stem from just 20% of efforts. In the context of happiness, It suggests that a small percentage of activities or experiences account for the majority of our joy and fulfillment. With this in mind, Mr. Yamada decided to take an unflinching look at his own life. Armed with a notebook and pen, he began listing the things that genuinely brought him happiness. To his surprise, the list was neither long nor complicated. He found that true joy came from simple, heartfelt moments. Weekend walks with his grandchildren. The unfiltered laughter of his grandchildren, as they explored the park, filled his heart with a warmth he could not find anywhere else. Caring for his bonsai trees, a hobby he had cherished for over 40 years, tending to his bonsai gave him a sense of peace, patience, and connection to nature. Mahjong gatherings with friends. These weekly games with his neighborhood peers were filled with camaraderie, shared jokes, and a comforting sense of belonging. Onsen trips with his wife. Quiet moments in the steaming hot springs, often accompanied by the sound of rustling leaves or distant birdsong, reminded him of the deep bond they shared. Conversely, as he reviewed his daily routines, he realized how much time and energy he had devoted to activities that added little to his overall happiness. Playing golf with clients is more out of obligation than genuine enjoyment. Scrolling endlessly through social media, which often left him feeling disconnected rather than engaged. Obsessively tracking stock prices, a habit that only fueled unnecessary anxiety. Dining at expensive restaurants, where the grandeur felt hollow and unfulfilling. This stark contrast between what nourished his soul and what drained his energy was eye-opening. Encouraged by these revelations, Mr. Yamada made a bold decision. He reduced his consulting work to just 1 day a week, a move that initially felt daunting but soon proved liberating. With the extra time, he began to immerse himself in the activities that truly mattered to him. The changes were nothing short of transformative. His health improved significantly, his blood pressure stabilized, and the sleepless nights that had plagued him vanished without the need for medication. More importantly, his demeanor changed. The stress lines on his face softened, and his smile, once a rarity, became a daily fixture. His wife often remarks on how much lighter he seems, as if a burden has been lifted from his shoulders. Today, Mr. Yamada frequently tells me, "This is the happiest I've ever been." His story is a poignant reminder that life is fleeting and precious. It takes courage to step back, reflect, and make changes, but the rewards can be immeasurable. Through his journey, he has taught me, and I hope all of us, a valuable lesson. True happiness often lies not in achieving more but in appreciating the simple, meaningful moments we already have. Perhaps it's time for all of us to ask ourselves, what truly brings us joy? If we dare to look inward and listen to the answer, we too might uncover a path to a more fulfilling and peaceful life. Mr. Yamada's story reminds us that it's never too late to prioritize what truly matters. Factor 2. Avoid comparisons. Comparison, they say, is the thief of joy, and this is especially true as we age. When you reach 50, the season of life often marked by retrospection and preparation for retirement, comparisons can become an insidious habit that eats away at your sense of self-worth. Instead of bringing clarity or motivation, comparing your life to others only deepens feelings of inadequacy and unhappiness. You might find yourself pondering, "My former classmate has a sprawling $2 million house, but what do I have to show for myself? If only I had stayed in the civil service, I'd be enjoying a generous pension right now instead of trying to make ends meet on this meager income." These thoughts are not just fleeting, they linger and spread like poison, breeding self-doubt and a sense of failure. They whisper that you are not enough, that you should have done better, that your choices led you astray. Worse yet, they plant seeds of bitterness, not just toward yourself, but toward the world around you. You might feel resentful toward society, the opportunities you missed, or even the people who seem to have it all figured out. Some people, in their desperation to make up for these perceived shortcomings, take reckless risks. They might pour their life savings into speculative investments or launch a business without the proper planning or support. While these actions might be driven by a desire to catch up or prove something to themselves or others, they often result in more stress, financial loss, and emotional turmoil. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But let's pause for a moment and reflect on this. Life at 50 is not a time to start from scratch. It's a time of harvest. Think of the cycle of a year. Spring is for planting seeds, summer is for nurturing growth, and autumn is the season to reap the rewards of all your hard work. At this stage in life, your focus should be on enjoying and reflecting on what you've cultivated over decades. While trying new things can still be an enriching part of life, it's important to recognize the finite nature of your resources, time, energy, and finances, and use them wisely. Recovering from major setbacks becomes increasingly difficult as we age, so it's crucial to tread carefully. Practical advice: how to stop comparing and start thriving. 1. Celebrate your unique journey. Embrace your path. Life is not a competition. It's a deeply personal journey. Each of us has faced unique challenges, made choices shaped by our circumstances, and walked paths that others cannot fully understand. Comparing your journey to someone else's is like comparing apples to oranges, completely different, yet each is valuable in its own way. Embrace your individuality and recognize that your life's rhythm and timeline are uniquely yours. The sooner you accept this truth, the freer and more fulfilled you will feel. 2. Find joy in everyday moments. The beauty of simplicity. True happiness isn't found in a grand mansion or a luxury car. It's hidden in the simple, fleeting moments of daily life. Imagine waking up to a quiet sunrise, feeling the warmth of a loved one's laughter at the dinner table, or immersing yourself in a good book. These are the moments that enrich your soul and remind you of the beauty that exists all around you. Shift your focus away from what others have and toward the gifts that are already present in your life. 3. Take pride in your accomplishments, big or small. Your achievements are yours to cherish, no matter how small they may seem compared to others. Did you raise a kind and compassionate family? Have you maintained a strong circle of friendships over the years? Did you overcome personal hardships that tested your strength and character? Each of these milestones is a testament to your resilience and hard work. Reflect on them with pride. They are the foundation of the legacy you are building. 4. Limit social media consumption. A trap for comparison. Social media is often a breeding ground for discontent. The curated images and stories you see on your screen are not real life. They are carefully edited highlights. Studies show that regular exposure to these idealized portrayals of others' lives can lead to dissatisfaction and even depression. Set boundaries for your social media use and remind yourself that behind every perfect photo is a person dealing with struggles you may never see. 5. Practice gratitude. Shift your perspective. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to comparison. Take a moment each day to list the things you are thankful for. Your health, your loved ones, the roof over your head, and the experiences that have shaped you. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, cultivating a mindset of abundance and contentment. Why comparison is a losing game. It's worth repeating. Comparison is a trap. When you measure your life against someone else's, you're playing a game you can't win because you're not playing on the same field. You don't see their struggles, their sacrifices, or their regrets. You only see the polished exterior. And even if you did achieve what they have, would it truly make you happy? Chances are, it wouldn't. True fulfillment comes from within, not from external achievements. Personal reflection. A liberating realization. I've learned this lesson the hard way. There was a time when I, too, fell into the trap of comparison, constantly measuring my success against others. It left me feeling empty and disconnected from my own life. But then I realized something profound. My worth is not determined by how I stack up against others. It's defined by the love I give, the lessons I learn, and the memories I create. When I let go of comparisons, I began to see my life for what it truly is, a beautiful, imperfect, and deeply meaningful journey. So, as you stand at this crossroads, Take a deep breath and let go of the weight of comparison. Choose to live your life with gratitude and joy. Choose to see the value in your path. And above all, choose to celebrate the person you are, exactly as you are. Factor 3. The importance of health management. Health management is more than a checklist of activities. It is the foundation upon which a meaningful and vibrant life is built, especially as we age. The habits we cultivate today echo through the years, defining not just how long we live but the richness and joy of our experiences along the way. My mother, now 82 years old, is a shining example of how intentional care for one's body and mind can create a life filled with vitality and purpose, even in later years. Since her early 60s, she has embraced the practice of Tai Chi with an unwavering commitment that has transformed her life. Every morning at precisely 6 a.m., she steps out into the crisp morning air, joining the quiet rhythm of nature in a local park. At first, she practiced alone, moving gracefully through each pose, letting the world around her fade into stillness. But over time, her dedication began to attract attention. Others noticed her discipline and the calm yet invigorating energy she exuded. One by one, like-minded individuals joined her, forming a tight-knit group of about 10 members who now share this daily ritual. Her story is a testament to the transformative power of consistency. Thanks to her commitment, she can still climb stairs effortlessly, a task that becomes daunting for many her age. Beyond her physical abilities, she has cultivated a zest for life, taking trips twice a year, exploring new places, and savoring each adventure with the enthusiasm of someone much younger. Her motto, "Make the most of your mobility while you can," isn't just advice. It's a philosophy she embodies every single day. Watching her live so fully at 82 has been a source of inspiration, a gentle yet powerful reminder of the beauty of caring for oneself. In stark contrast, my late father's journey serves as a heartbreaking cautionary tale. After retiring at 65, he chose a path that many unknowingly take, a life that drifted away from structure and purpose. Without the routine of work to anchor him, he fell into habits that gradually eroded his well-being. Late nights spent in front of the television replaced physical activity, and the once active man I admired grew increasingly sedentary. Exercise was forgotten, and with it, the strength and resilience that had carried him through his younger years. Over time, his health began to falter. The decline was not sudden but insidious, creeping in until it became irreversible. He passed away at the age of 74, far earlier than he should have. His story is a painful reminder of the consequences of neglecting our health and the urgency of making mindful choices before it's too late. The path to a fulfilling old age. These two contrasting stories, my mother's vitality and my father's decline, hold invaluable lessons for all of us. They show that health management is not just a task or responsibility but a powerful act of self-love and foresight. It's about honoring the gift of life and ensuring we make the most of the time we are given. One of the most important lessons is the Pareto principle. Small, consistent actions yield disproportionately significant results. My mother's Tai Chi practice, while seemingly modest, has had an outsized impact on her physical and emotional well-being. It's proof that the choices we make daily, whether to move our bodies, eat nutritious food, or nurture our mental health, can accumulate into a lifetime of vitality. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. On the other hand, comparing ourselves to others or succumbing to the comforts of a sedentary lifestyle can lead us down a dangerous path. My father's story illustrates how easy it is to lose sight of long-term goals when immediate pleasures take precedence. It's a trap many fall into, especially in retirement, when the structure of work disappears and the days feel open-ended. Without deliberate action, the freedom of retirement can quickly become a prison of inactivity. We are fortunate to live in an age often called the 100-year life, where advancements in healthcare and technology make it possible to live longer than ever before. But this longevity comes with a responsibility to ensure those extra years are lived with quality, not merely quantity. Our 60s and 70s are no longer the twilight years. They are an opportunity to reinvent ourselves, to embark on new journeys, and to lay the groundwork for a fulfilling old age. How we spend these decades will determine whether our final chapters are filled with joy and meaning or marred by regret and decline. The key to a vibrant life lies in making intentional choices. Choose a lifestyle that resonates with your values and aspirations. It doesn't have to look like anyone else's path. It just has to work for you. Whether it's morning walks, mindful eating, or activities like yoga or Tai Chi, what matters is consistency. Once that choice is made, take responsibility for it. Move forward, step by step, savoring each moment of progress, no matter how small. Let my mother's journey remind us of the extraordinary possibilities that await when we honor our bodies and minds. And let my father's story serve as a gentle warning of the preciousness of time and the need to act while we still can. Life is not just about the years we live. It's about how we live them. So let us choose wisely, live intentionally, and embrace the beauty of each day, knowing that the choices we make now will shape the legacy we leave behind. As we reflect on the stories shared and the lessons learned about health management and living a vibrant life, I want to ask you, what have you learned from this discussion so far? Is there a particular insight that resonated deeply with you? Perhaps it's the importance of small, consistent actions, or the reminder that every day is an opportunity to choose a healthier, more fulfilling path. Take a moment to comment below with one thing you've learned from this video and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Whether it's committing to a daily walk, starting a new activity like Tai Chi, or simply making more intentional choices about your health, we'd love to hear your thoughts and inspire others in this community. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us create more content to guide and inspire your journey toward a healthier, happier life. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.